Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. I would do this on the iPad mini, but I figure since my computer's up, I can just upload it directly from HP's program to YouTube. Now let's get to brass tacks, okay? This ain't about transgender issues. This isn't about anything big. This is about Breath of Fire. Now, one of the people I watched today on the Breath of Fire series, Alpha Omega Sin, made some pretty damn good points, literally. Now, the Breath of Fire series, in my opinion, my best buddy and I were talking about this tonight. He says the Breath of Fire series is like the Lufia series. It is sacred. Look at Suikoden. Look at Valkyrie Profile. Look at some of these games that don't have a lot. Wild Arms. Those are like sacred RPGs. Look at Final Fantasy. Look at Dragon Quest. You can churn them out like butter. Problem is I saw Alpha Omega Sin's post, and I had to go directly to Google to check out the authenticity. Now, when he said it, I believed it. Now, my opinion is, like Alpha Omega Sin, they're going to use the name to milk the cash cow. That's right, milking the frickin' cash cow. Now, I, for one, do not like milking the cash cow. Now, Final Fantasies, they've remade them. I don't mind, I'll buy them. But Breath of Fire is like a sacred game. Mind you, I'm going to go into details first of all. First Breath of Fire came out, I got it. The first day it was out. I didn't know it was made by Capcom. I was too busy playing it, enjoying myself. When Breath of Fire 2 came out, it was $80. Most Super NES games back then were $80. My mom got me Breath of Fire 2, Lufia 2, Zelda, etc. Let me tell you, $80 on a waitress's wages was expensive. I was blessed. Breath of Fire 3 came out, 4 came out. I bought them, I played them, I loved them. When they found out they remade 1, my mom didn't have much money because she was almost into retirement. She bought me 1 for the Game Boy Advance. I played that, replayed that, replayed that, replayed that. I loved it. I had the strategy guides. I had everything. 2 came out. At the time, I bought it for $40. That's what they were going rate for the game remade. I didn't complain. When 3 came out on PSP for the European people and the Japanese audience only, because I have Japanese and I collect Japanese European games as well, we Americans didn't get it. That was so frickin' pissing me off that it was no end. Then they decided later to bring it out on PlayStation Network 3 and 4. I think it is. You can buy it for X amount of dollars, put it on a memory card, take it with you. Then you have your PS1 game emulated on a PSP. Again, a cash cow method. I remember one time asking Capcom if I could use their Breath of Fire logo for a crib board. Mind you, crib board was built, but as long as I wasn't selling the crib board or making money off of it, I could have the logo of Breath of Fire. Guess what? I still have that email saying that, but here's the kicker. The email also said, go ahead, Breath of Fire is dead. Now, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm very, very pissed off at Capcom for going out and doing it. Heck, I was doing reviews recently. Here's how bad I think freaking reviewers are for a list of first-person shooters. They claimed Resident Evil by Capcom was a first-person shooter. Breath of Fire is a sacred game. It should be brought out either on PSP, DS, PSP Vita, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360. One of those systems, not a frickin' mobile phone. Windows 7, 8, Android tablet, and Apple. And this is quote-unquote in Japan. They don't even know if it will be big in America. Now, here's 2 thoughts I have about this whole frickin' thing, okay? Now, I look at the big picture. Take the Xbox One, for example. The Xbox One, when they said you had to be connected 24/7, blah, 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 right? So many people wrote, barbecued Microsoft. What did Microsoft say? You have a one-time connection, blah, blah, blah. One-time connection. What if Capcom is doing this to see how loyal the Breath of Fire fans are. Heck, I've wanted to see a 3 and 4 remade. Heck, I want to see 1 and 2 remade for the DS and PSP, but you don't see that happening. Why? Because, as they said, the game is old and it's dead. Mind you, if any of you children are watching, please turn this off, because as one of my friends, a pipe smoker, the Count, would say, alcohol is not something you should be into. This is a good Chardonnay, by the way. Bottom line is, Breath of Fire is a game that everyone has. I have the NES. I have unopened copies in the boxes. I have open copies, completely complete in the box. I have loose copies of the game. It's what I call one of the grails of games. I got Chrono Trigger unopened. I got Secret of Mana unopened. I keep them locked away in a fireproof safe. When I heard Breath of Fire 6 was going to be mobiles and tablets and Androids, I mean, how many people, this is the original iPad, by the way, I have iPad 2, iPad 3, iPad 4, how many of you are going to sit there, basically, playing it like this, going, oh yeah, this is cool, look at me, I'm playing it on the iPad. Come on. iPad, Android, the gaming isn't there. Look at Square Enix. They decided to bring their Final Fantasy games to iPad and Android just to milk the cash cow. Heck, I have them for all of them. Why? Because sometimes I like to rotate. Take my Droid tablet. Take this, take that. The bottom line is simple. The bottom line is they're using the name to make the cow, milk the cash cow. Let me put it to you another way. Look at Lufia. They decide Taito somehow sells to Square Enix. Square Enix shelves the whole Lufia series because people are Lufia fans like me. A holy grail. Final Fantasy ain't a holy grail. You can turn out Final Fantasy 92 when I'm 172 years old, and guess what? Not as good as Lufia. You got Lufia. Another RPG that Square Enix will not work with a Nintendo game. Super Mario RPG. Bring out a remake of that for, say, a DS. Why? Because they have most of the characters. They own Geno. They own Mallow. They don't want to do this. Are you freaking kidding me? Games like this. Look at Earthbound. People wanted Earthbound for. What did they do? They did the Wii U. Yeah, oh, here, have it on the Wii U. The rest of the people are pissed. There was a list once by a former RPG site. I cannot remember the name of it offhand. I think it was called RPG Intelligence or something. Anyways, it had a list of most of the games that people would want on Game Boy Advance, or aka the portable Super NES. 2/3 of them came out. 1/3 of them did not. Square Enix never said, oh, well, we have to bring out Secret of Mana. Nope. They brought it out for the iOS and soon the Droid. Yeah. Tells you right there where game companies are going. They take a name, remake it for a system that they don't think will work properly, and they just milk the cash cow again. The people nowadays want good new games. Look at Taito, for example. When Taito sold to Square Enix, they shelved it until they remade Lufia 2. They called it something different. I can't remember. Or Estipolis. Guess what? They brought it out. It bombed. Last time I checked, you can get it for like $6 new on a couple of websites. New! People, they took the game, cut out the RPG element, put it as an action-adventure, resold it, and said, here you go, while killing the Lufia series. This is what Capcom did. They took the name, basically, Breath of Fire 3, great game. Breath of Fire 4, great game. Took the name, stuck a label on it, said, iOS, Android, Windows Phone. Well, the rest of the people is clamoring because of the problem. And somewhere in there, I have my Breath of Fire 1 and 2 box for Game Boy Advance. I have them unopened too, but you get the point. Point is the gaming market loves, the players, I should say, love their games. When a game comes out that's like a jewel, they hear a new one's coming out. Heck, maybe Capcom's doing the same thing Xbox One or Microsoft did. They hear the people's fans complain, they strip it, and then they put it on a system that everyone can enjoy. In my opinion, it ain't gonna happen. They've killed the system. It's dead and buried. 10 years ago, after Dragon Quarter, that's what Breath of Fire Capcom told me in the U.S. I even have a letter somewhere in my safe saying the series is dead. No one loves it. I'm sorry, but I love series like this. Suikoden, Breath of Fire, Wild Arms, Star Ocean. Those are games that are gems. Why? There's not many of them. You don't see someone sitting there using a cheese maker and saying, "Oh, we're going to churn out a new Final Fantasy again," or a Mana game. No, they sit there and say, look at Zelda. They've turned out too many of those, but everyone loves Zelda. I love Zelda. Point is RPGs are slowly dying, and maybe or maybe not, you, the viewers watching this video, can make the decision. Is Capcom using this as an experiment to see how many people are loyal to Breath of Fire? Because if that's the case, they might change course. If not, they're there just to piss you off because they know you can't have it, because it'll be a Japan exclusive. Think about it. Two ways to look at it. Either they're testing us to see if we really want it stateside, and if we do get it stateside, they might put it on the iOS store, Apple store, or the Android Play Store. Or they might not give it to us. Or they could be testing us, like I said, and saying, well, the people, the Breath of Fire fans are doing it. Guess what? I'm still working on Breath of Fire 2 for Game Boy Advance again. I'm going to play 3 next, then 4, and then whatever. So, bottom line is, the videos I've seen on Breath of Fire 6, on Alpha Omega Sins, the videos of the people complaining, they make valid points. I can't complain. I can complain because I'm a diehard Breath of Fire fan, and I'd rather be playing 1 and mastering it again and again and again like Zelda 1, over dealing with some jacknugget buttholes over at Capcom to decide, "Oh, like it for phones." Right. Guess what? You make it for phones, you make it for Androids, you make it for the iPad, you are killing the frickin' system of games. That game was classic. Heck, I have the Japanese ones when it came out. As long as you knew what you were doing, you can get through that game, no problem. Of course, the choosing a name thing was kind of hard, but still, you know what I think. Usually I don't rant about games, but Breath of Fire is one of my all-time favorites. I remember buying each and every copy. This is my original copy of 4. This is my original copy of 3. And I ranted and raved about 3 when we didn't get it on the American soil, but Europe did. You know what Capcom's email was? Breath of Fire series is dead when 3 came out for PSP in Europe and Japan. We got the frickin' toilet. We got the shaft. Well, guess what? This Breath of Fire fan thinks it's a gem. It's like a holy grail for games. Same goes for Lufia. Same with Suikoden. Same with Star Ocean. Games like that, those are the ones that are really a gem because you don't get enough of them. You get enough of Zelda, Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, Ninja Gaiden, Top Gun was very few. But all these big name franchises, there could be 30 to 60 games. Breath of Fire, they've literally killed the system, the series. Putting it on it, they've killed the series right then and there. I hope if any of you Capcom people are watching this video, please reconsider. Aries Sky loves her Breath of Fire. Alpha Omega Sin probably likes his Breath of Fire. Everyone that's heard the news and made a rant about Breath of Fire loves the Holy Grail, one of the games, Breath of Fire. Games that don't have many names, not like I said, Zelda, Call of Duty, Battlefield. They can be turned out like a dime a dozen because of games. But these games were kind of experimental back then, and well, they took off. So please hear the fans. We the gamers would like to see either remakes, again on PSP, DS, or we would like, in our heart, to see a new game. We're ready for it. We don't deserve to sit there and pay to buy a damn mobile phone and then play it just to say we have. In my opinion, that is rank as yesterday's dump in my toilet. Because frankly, we shouldn't be shafted. One day everything will be downloaded on phones, tablets, or computers, but that ain't this day. So please, Capcom, listen. My bottom line is, I love Breath of Fire as much as the next person. So, with that said, I better get some work done on game reviews of what I'm watching so I know what to buy. The rest of you out there, if you haven't checked out Breath of Fire, please check it out. CG Undertow, Classic Gaming Room, or a few others has great reviews on it. You won't be disappointed. The game is top notch. The only problem with Breath of Fire 1 is you don't get the level up to 99 unless you beef the hell out of your characters, and by then your brain will be fried. Aries Sky saying, live long and prosper. Add and subscribe if you like. Post comments in the box if you like. Please add me as a friend if you like. And remember, a game company that decides to stick the name on something to make money is just milking the frickin' cash cow. And that's what we don't need in the gaming world. Peace, love, and the Reverend Aries Skies is out.